everybody, Palermo10,000 here, bringing you another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video, and today we are going to be talking about Sakurai's Famitsu article that went live yesterday. Everyone translated it, made their videos on it yesterday, and I decided to wait a day just so that I could think about what I wanted to say, and I think it's time we just kind of start addressing what Sakurai said. Now, this translation is from JapaneseNintendo.com, which is hosting the Source Gaming translation because Source Gaming is actually down at the moment. You can find a link to the full translation down below. I'll just be paraphrasing different bits and bobs, maybe reading out a few sentences here and there just so that we can get some context for some of the things I'm going to talk about. And we're going to just kind of get into it because there's a little bit of stuff we need to kind of sink our teeth into here. So, first things first, he apologizes for the delay, and he specifically says that the earthquake in Hokkaido led to a delay in the Nintendo Direct broadcast, so I had no choice but to hold off on publishing the article I had written. So first things first, this is very important. There was a different translation for this going around, saying that he had to alter the Direct somewhat. That is not the correct translation, this is. So it doesn't imply that anything was altered, just that it was held off of. So try not to make that accidental comparison there, guys. Nothing was altered as far as we know. So Isabelle joins Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Everyone's like, woo, that's awesome. But everyone's kind of been jumping on this one little quote from Sakurai that says, "That said, if you were thinking that we'd just be dropping a bunch of newcomer trailers all the way up until release, you'd be sorely mistaken. We may have gone a little bit overboard up until now, so we're going to slow our pace from here on out. This does not mean that we are going to suddenly get less characters than people were expecting, it simply means that they are going to be pacing out the reveals in a way that's a bit fairer for everyone. I don't think many people were expecting like 15 more reveals for Smash Bros. Ultimate. Personally, I was expecting 3 unique newcomers and 2 echoes. That's sort of my prediction, I'm sticking with that. I think we're gonna get a Nintendo Direct either at the end of October or in early November to kind of talk about the game, talk about Spirits Mode, maybe talk about the online as well, because we still don't know anything about Nintendo Switch's online capabilities in regards to Smash Bros. I think we will get the final roster reveal at this Direct, which means I think we might get one kind of random trailer a la Robin and Lucina, kind of same similar style, but I think that might come in October, and if that doesn't happen, then all the reveals will be on this final Nintendo Direct. I don't expect us to get anything more than that, though, because really, we have been spoiled in this condensed Smash speculation cycle. We have gotten so much info in the August Direct back in June, then we even get Isabelle in September, and I just feel like at this point in time, it makes sense that the reveals are going to start winding down. We are reaching endgame at this point, and I think it's going to be a tense moment for every fandom, every person who wants a character. Everyone is scared that their character is going to get disconfirmed, because quite simply, there aren't a lot of characters left to potentially reveal, unless Sakurai is trolling us, which is a possibility, but it's not something that I find very likely. I think Sakurai is being completely honest here, and I do agree they did go quite overboard. I mean, 5 newcomers in the August Direct was insane, so we're gonna see what happens, but I'm personally not expecting much news in October. I think October is gonna be a very slow month, so we will see what happens then. So he then goes to talk about some honorifics, and that's just more kind of for the Japanese audience, because obviously that doesn't really apply to Western audiences, you know. So Isabelle is based off of the Villager. She pockets items and rides on a balloon swing. However, she is not an Echo Fighter. A lot of people were wondering, why is Isabelle not an Echo Fighter? Some people were even saying, yes, she is an Echo Fighter. I don't give a damn what Sakurai says. Well, Sakurai is going to explain it and says, this is because Isabelle and Villager have fundamentally different body types and personalities, so we couldn't have made her an Echo. All of her animations are different, not a single one is the same. That is proof. Word of God, word of Sakurai, as to why Isabelle is not an Echo Fighter. A lot of people brought up different body proportions back when people first started suggesting Isabelle as an Echo, and that was a valid argument people brought up, as well as her personality. Though, in my defense, I brought up her personality as a detriment to her getting in the game, and her body proportions as well, but it turns out that both of them actually were positives for Isabelle, because they managed to get her in as a unique character. The fact that she doesn't share any exact animations with the villager as well is pretty insane, even though there are some similar ones within her moveset that you can see. But she isn't an Echo. She's simply from the same franchise, and she looks kind of similar, and because their franchise isn't really known for fighting, there obviously wasn't too terribly much they could do with her. The fact that her final smash is the same, just with the Town Hall though, kind of solidifies that she is a semi-clone. She is like the wolf to fox kind of scenario there, so it makes complete sense, and hopefully people will start arguing about Isabelle now. So yeah, Isabelle, they talk about that she was appearing in 2012's Animal Crossing, and they just kind of started talking about how she and human characters are a little taller than slimmer than characters in previous installments, and the villager is shorter and stouter. So this is interesting. When we were making Smash 3DS Wii U, they debated using the New Leaf proportions for the villager, but they went for an earlier model, mainly because the slimmer villager would just be thinner than Mario, which would be very confusing, and that Animal Crossing games are placed from a bird's eye view, so it makes the characters' bodies seem shorter than they actually are. This is very interesting. Sakurai kind of just going into those Animal Crossing details, things that maybe not a lot of Animal Crossing fans knew, not a lot of Nintendo fans knew, and I like that he is really just justifying this is why Isabelle and Villager are different. I just like that. I like that we are getting some concrete information on why this character is not an Echo Fighter. Now, if we could get the same thing with Dr. Mario, that would be great. Alright, so apparently they actually received an Animal Crossing team request to lengthen the villager's neck, but they didn't want to do it, which is interesting. I didn't want to do this since each game is a design that fits best, but they kind of had to make it work because it's Ultimate, you know? And there's a few bolded things here. Smash is a thoroughly strange game, it's chaos. The things they look for in a character exchange change by the minute. Cool things must be cooler, cute things must be cuter, but we also have to get rid of the incongruous feeling of those two types of things coexisting. And in that sense, work is never boring. The job demands dexterity, flexibility, and a range of skills from the team. That's really cool. I like how they're kind of talking now about what they look for in Smash. They look for things to be cool, they look for things to be cute, but I like how they have to go to the extremes with all of these differences while still making them coexist in a way that makes sense. That just, for me, that is a really, really cool sort of, I'm not sure what the word is, actually. It's just a really cool mindset to have, like, this is cute, but we need to make it even cuter this time around. This is cool, we need to make it even more awesome, you know? It's just that sort of, like, mindset. I just really like that, and I think that's just really cool. And he's got right down here, near the end of the article, that's where I think playing a bunch of games and getting a feel for these things comes in handy. The characters in Smash all come from their own titles, many of which are from quite a while ago. However, if you only focus on rigidly following the original titles, you won't be able to make something appropriate for the present. You have to know the current standards, create something that fits today's environment, and strike a balance with the past. I think this is absolutely essential. Something I find very interesting here, he says specifically, the characters in Smash will come from their own titles, many of which are from quite a while ago. This kind of proves that relevancy isn't everything, because characters are being added from titles that from a while ago. This could prove that maybe we could be seeing characters coming into the game that haven't been revealed, who maybe, you know, aren't relevant in today's modern age and need to be updated. This is just me hoping for Isaac, but it could apply to literally any character that wants to get in that isn't like, hasn't been created in the last like 8 years or so. Yeah, Smash is quite a stew of different characters, you know, and Sakurai tries his best according to this to maintain some sense of unity, and he says right at the end, we should be finishing up development soon, I hope, which means the game has not yet gone gold. That means the game is not yet fully completed, but it will be probably going gold within the next month or so. This is all very exciting news. I really like reading these Famitsu articles, simply because we just get such a good insight into what Sakurai has to think about as a director of these games, and the sort of things that maybe people in the fandom don't really take into account, like just character differences, character designs, what the character's company that works on said franchise wants their character to be portrayed as, you know, stuff like that. We heard back in E3 that they want, the Wii Fit team wanted the Wii Fit trainer's eyes to be changed. And now we've got Villagers team saying, hey, we want Villager's neck to be a little bit long, you know, stuff like that. It's really interesting and unique how all of these different requests, all of these different sort of things have to come together to create this crazy game that we call Smash, and yet Sakurai is able to balance all of this insanely well. He works so hard, man. He needs a break after this, but the thing is, if DLC's coming along, he's probably not going to get a long one. But really, Sakurai just needs, like, a medal, he needs just a rest, he needs a break. He needs to just take a step back and just marvel in what he can achieve with these games. It is insane. So the major things to take away from this Famitsu article are obviously how Sakurai kind of deals with determining what's an Echo Fighter and what's not based on body proportion and personality. They are important factors, which kind of makes sense for Fire Emblem characters because, let's be real, all the lords have basically the same personality. It's not wrong. So I think that's just kind of interesting, and obviously the big question is how many more newcomers are we going to be getting, because if reveals are going to be slowing down, when can we expect some new reveals? The last one was Isabelle this month. I personally don't expect another reveal until late October, early November, so we will see next month. If you guys want to check out the full translation of this article, make sure to take a look at the description below. There is a link down below that you can use. All credit goes to Source Gaming for this brilliant translation, and you can go and follow their YouTube channel as well. It's about, like, what, 20-something thousand followers? They're pretty cool guys. Go and follow them if you haven't already. They do really good jobs, better than me. So if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my previous videos if you haven't already. I've done a lot of Smash videos. If you're interested, check out my Discord down below where we discuss all things Smash, as well as just, you know, it's general gaming, general fun. It's been there for a while and trying to reach 500 members. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.